guys, welcome back to another clip of Schach-manuel-lernen. Today we are learning how to attack your opponent. So I built up a situation where we are the white pieces, and the first thing which is important to note is that the center is blocked from both sides. So it means as long as no player attacks the center will still remain closed. And normally you should attack when the center is closed, because when the center is open and you attack, your king is in quite some danger. So it's not recommended to play this move, because then you will open the center and give your king some attacking target for your opponent. So here we're gonna try to push the pawn forward in order to get him as far as possible. Now the knight is in front of the pawn, so we have several options like this one, or this one. The best option here is to go to h4, because we can jump afterwards to f5, and when you're white, the knight on f5 is always really strong for attacking, because it attacks g7. So we will play this, and now is already the question for black what to play. Let's say if he would play g6, that the knight can't jump in there. We just continue with f5, and the idea is to capture, and then we have a semi-open file for the rook. He has several holes here for our bishop, and yeah, that's the idea behind this move. What can black do against it? Let's say he plays rook for defending it, then we capture, and now we would win already material on f6. So the threat here is also in two moves to win material. Now we can say, okay, he protects the knight, but now here we can play f5, and we gained already some space advantage. If he captures, then we can recapture with the knight, and this knight here is a monster, and the idea is then to going for checkmate like that. Also the rook can join the party, and so on. So if he would not capture, playing something like this, then we can either play knight g3 to bring more pieces to the king side, or we can play bishop h6. The idea is the rook is attacked, so he moves. Then we can play this, and now we have the same idea again of winning material if our pawn would capture his pawn. So you see also here it gives some problems. If black plays not g6, let's say he defends it with the knight, that he doesn't have here this weak spots, then however we can still play f4, and the idea is either capturing here or capturing here, or playing f5. Because once we manage to capture here, our rook is really strong, and then we can bring our queen here. So let's say bishop d6, he attacks us a bit. We can simply play f5, and then if he plays h6, something like that, we'll play knight g3 with the idea of knight g5, and now we always have the potential of sacrificing our bishop. So let's go quickly to the variation from before, like where he plays g6 and this. Sorry. queen e6, so f5. Now, let's say the queen retreats. We go there, here. Now he has the problem, as we saw earlier, of this one. If he plays this, it doesn't help a lot because it's twice protected, but still we would win the queen. So what to do here? He actually can't do anything. It's already lost for black because he has no way of defending this knight. So that's why queen e7 is not an option. So let's say queen d6. He protects it the other way. Can still play bishop there. And then here. And now, because the knight is not pinned anymore, he can, let's say, go to h5. However, here now is the problem that either we can play f6, but we don't want to block the position too much. So here we can continue our attack with g4. As we saw, by f6 the knight is lost in long term, so he needs to go back. And now we can play knight g3. It's important to know when we attack, at the moment it's not about you win material in 2 moves or something like that. It's a strategic thinking. So we just gained a lot of space here, and our minor pieces are all by the king side, and they're always ready for an explosive attack. And this only works because the center here is blocked. Imagine if this 4 pawns wouldn't be here, then it would be a disaster for our own king. So remember about the most important thing: when you attack, try to gain some space. And you can only do that when the center is locked in the middle of the board. And with these wise words, I wish you a wonderful weekend. Have good chess games, good attacks, and see you soon.